Yo, what is going on? It is Brock here, and BDSP just came out yesterday, and I have been playing it a lot and enjoying my time with it up until now, where I am in Eterna City and I unlocked the Grand Underground, and I spent more than 12 hours today in the Underground trying to catch certain Pokemon, because the way the Grand Underground is set up is terrible. So in this video I'm going to be explaining why that is and why they need to change how it works, because it is very bad. So here I am in the Underground, and where I am in the game is in Eterna City, and I have not beaten the second gym yet. So all of the encounters I have in the Underground are the basic encounters that you can get, which I will explain and show you in a little bit. But first, I want to show off my secret base and basically what I've been trying to do all day today. I have in here two statues set up. I have a Togepi statue and a Gallade statue. Togepi is supposed to increase fairy type Pokemon spawn rates, and Gallade statue is supposed to increase psychic type spawn rates. So I've been looking for Ralts today in the caverns. So you would think, since Ralts is a fairy and psychic type, that I have fairy and psychic type statues set up, that I would be finding Ralts every time I go into this blue cavern down here, because that's one of the spots that you can find Ralts. But no, that is not true at all, and I'm going to show you why that's a problem here in a second. So I'm going to be using the blue water cavern as kind of a base for what I want to talk about, but I just want to say that what I'm saying applies to every cavern or hideout in the Underground. But first, I want to just explain how this spreadsheet works. This spreadsheet shows you every single wild Pokemon you can catch in the Grand Underground in all of the different hideouts. And I will put a link to this in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. Then, over here on the right, it basically shows you when you can catch that certain Pokemon throughout your adventure. So, down here, I'm going to go to the blue water cavern. And where I'm at in the game, in Eterna City, before the second gym badge, I can catch Lickitung, Togepi, Ralts, Swablu, Psyduck, Bidoof, Weasel, Shellos, and Gastrodon in the blue water cavern. That's just the beginning set of encounters. As you continue on with the game and unlock more HMs, you can catch more and more Pokemon, so that by the end of the game, all of these Pokemon are filling up just the water cavern, which is what the problem is. If I couldn't even find a Ralts today without having to reload the cavern over and over and over again at least 20 times before I found a Ralts, I don't know what it's going to be like trying to find a Whiscash later in the game or something like that. That's what the problem is, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain that even more now. So here I am next to the blue water cavern, and like I showed you before, in my secret base, I have two statues, a fairy type boosting statue, and a psychic type boosting statue. So you would think, at least, since Ralts is a psychic and fairy type, that if I go into this cavern where Ralts can be found, there would be Ralts in here. But that is not what's going to happen. There's going to be way too many of the same Pokemon in here. And like I said before also, this is just the beginning set of encounters. When this cavern is filled with all of the different water types that you can find in here, it's going to be a mess. You're not going to be able to find any certain Pokemon, even with the statues. So we have a Gastrodon, and we have another Gastrodon, and another Gastrodon. Oh my god, we have 4 Gastrodons, 5 Gastrodons, and then a Bidoof. Like, what? So the way it works is you can exit the cavern and re-enter the cavern, and that will reset the spawns in here. But now, again, we have another Gastrodon, and another Gastrodon, and then a Bidoof, and a Psyduck, and a Weasel, and then another Gastrodon. So that's what the problem is the spawns are terrible, and they spawn too many of the same Pokemon, and the other problem is that these spawns can already be found earlier in the game. You can catch Weasel in the Valley Windworks, you can catch Bidoof in any of the beginning routes of the game. Shellos can be found at the Valley Windworks. You don't need Gastrodon at the second gym in the game. This is absolutely ridiculous. And then, you know, what you have to do is if you're looking for a certain Pokemon, you run through the cavern, try not to get into the wild battles that you don't want with all of the same Pokemon. Then you exit the cavern maybe on the other side or on the same side. I didn't find a Ralts in there. So I go back in, and the spawns have reset now. And now I have a Bidoof chasing after me, which most of the time I get into a battle with, because it's kind of hard to avoid them sometimes. And then, here we go again, in the cavern. There we go, there's the Bidoof running into me. It's so annoying. I have all the same encounters in this cavern. I don't even want to think about what it's going to be like after I get other HMs. Or after I even beat the game, and I'm trying to find, you know, a certain something in this cavern, and I can't do it. I'll have the right statue set up, you know, and I won't be able to find it because this system that they have set up here is not fine-tuned at all. I'm gonna just keep running through here until I find a Ralts or a Togepi or anything different, and it's gonna be a while. So I can't even be bothered to continue to look for Togepi or Ralts or anything new in the cavern because I've been doing it all day today and it has not been working out for me. I've mainly been trying to find Ralts with the Synchronize ability, so I have to first find a Ralts and then I have to see if it has the Synchronize ability, which is easy to tell because if it has the other ability, Trace, it shows up in the beginning of the battle, but then if it has Synchronize, I have to make sure that I catch it, and then if I catch it, I have to make sure it has the right nature because I'm trying to use its Synchronize ability for set natures, for its nature that it should have, that I want it to have. So that's what the problem is with the underground, and that's just the beginning encounters. As you saw, you know, I was running through the caverns, everything was the same. It was Gastrodon, Bidoof, and that's a problem, you know what I mean? So if I'm later in the game, you know what I mean, I want to catch, you know, another certain water type in that cavern, I won't be able to because there's going to be so many encounters filled up in that cavern. And then, you know, you could set the statues, right? You could set 5, 10 statues all to being a certain type that you want, and you probably still aren't gonna get it. So that's what the problem is with the underground, and it needs to be fixed ASAP. Let me know what you guys think about the underground. I mean, have you found what you've been looking for in the underground? I'm guessing not. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That's my complaints about the brand new great Grand Underground feature for BDSP. So if you enjoyed, if you agree with me, leave a like and subscribe if you're not already. I'm gonna probably still be streaming BDSP if I can, you know, get what I'm looking for in the stupid Grand Underground. But yeah, I'm out. Peace.